Ever have a brilliant idea, something that just lights you up, and then immediately your mind floods with all of the reasons why it would never work? Or feel guilty resting because there's just so much to do? Or struggle to feel joy because so many people are struggling? That voice that talks you out of things, that tells you you're not doing enough, that won't let you rest, that's not you. That's your ego. But most of us have never learned how to tell the difference. In my last video, we talked about the big picture, how the collective ego of empire colonized our individual egos, and why the inner work is the revolution. Today, we're going personal. What is the ego actually? How does it work? And how has it been running your life without you even knowing? Let's get into it. What is the ego? The ego is the part of your mind where your identity exists. It's the I that you think you are, and it holds all of your programming and beliefs. Programming is the beliefs that you've picked up throughout your life, mostly from ages 0 to 7, but it keeps absorbing. It's from your family, your culture, your schooling, your socializing. It all gets in there. By the time you're an adult, you have this entire operating system running in your mind that you didn't even consciously choose. It's just there, telling you who you are, what's possible, what you deserve, what's dangerous, what's realistic. And here's the thing. Most of us don't even know it's running. We don't even hear all of the negativity that it brings forth. We think our thoughts are just our thoughts. We think our reactions are just who we are, but they're not. They're programming. Here's the thing though, the ego isn't bad. It was built to protect you. It has a job. And it learned its strategies when you were small, trying to survive your family system, trying to make sense of a world that doesn't honor sensitive souls. It did its job. The problem though, is that it's still running the show long after you need those protections. So we pick up this programming from everywhere, from society and media, from family, from every interaction that taught us what was acceptable and what wasn't. Your parents didn't have to sit you down and say, your worth is tied to your productivity. You just watched them never rest. You absorbed their anxiety about money. You learned what got you praised, what got you ignored, and maybe what got you hit. And then society reinforced it. School, kids, the media, the entire culture telling you to compete, to achieve, to be afraid of falling behind, to have your body look this way or that. So there are general themes that most of us carry. The scarcity, perfectionism, not enoughness, but they show up differently based on your specific family dynamics and the ways societal conditioning got into you. Your programming is both universal and very personal. That's what makes it tricky to see. Here's where it gets deeper. Your ego is tied to the reality you live in. Spiritual teachings across every major tradition tell us that our beliefs create our reality. What we hold to be true shapes what we see, what we attract, and what we think is possible. And where do your deepest beliefs live? Well, yeah, it's in your ego. So we're all walking around in a reality constructed by programming we didn't choose. We think we're seeing the world clearly, but we're seeing it through a filter that we don't even know is there. Unless you've done the work to put the ego in the back seat, to see it, understand it, and stop letting it drive, you're living in its world, not yours. Let me make this concrete. So you have that brilliant idea. You are excited. And within seconds, your mind is telling you all the reasons it won't work, why you're not qualified, why somebody else did it better. That's your ego protecting you from the risk of visibility, failure, of standing out. Or you finally take a day off and you try and rest, but you feel guilty the entire time, anxious, like you should be doing something. That's your ego. Running a program that says rest is dangerous and that your worth is tied to your productivity. Or maybe something good happens and you just can't let yourself enjoy it because you're scared that the other shoe might drop or there's other people that are suffering. That's your ego. A program that says your happiness is selfish or it's not safe to be trusted, that you don't deserve good things. These aren't character flaws. They're not evidence that something is wrong with you. They're programming. And programming can be seen, it can be understood, and it can be changed. So if you watched the last video, we talked about how the empire has weaponized our egos against us. The propaganda of the empire lives within us as programming. So it's scarcity, fear, competition, perfectionism, urgency. The constant sense that you're not doing enough, that you're falling behind, that rest is laziness and self-care is selfish. These aren't random neuroses. They're actually features of the propaganda, not bugs. A system that needs your labor, your compliance, your exhaustion, it benefits when you can't stop, can't rest, can't feel okay just existing. So when you start to see your programming, you're not just healing personal wounds, you're seeing the matrix. You're recognizing how the system got inside of you. And that is the first step to getting free. So here's what I want you to do this week. I want you to start noticing the programming, the beliefs. That's it. Don't try and fix it yet, just see it. When the voice in your head tells you you're not doing enough, pause, name it. That's the programming. That's my ego mind. When you feel guilty for resting, when you talk yourself out of something, when you can't receive a compliment, pause, name it. That's the programming. You're not trying to change anything yet. You're just trying to build the muscle of awareness. And awareness is the first step. Creating a tiny gap between you and the pattern. And in that gap, that's where freedom lives. In the next video, we're gonna get specific. I'm gonna break down core ego wounds and patterns, the way this programming shows up in your daily life, so you can start to recognize which ones are running you. Subscribe if you're coming with me. And if you wanna go deeper right now, grab the free guide, Rewire Your Ego and Exit the Matrix. Links in the description. And I want you to know, you're not broken, you're programmed. And programs can be rewritten.